I'm very excited to introduce Mr. Matt Durbin as the commencement speaker for the class of 2016. Matt graduated from Wakefield in 1993. Matt graduated before we were on this campus. Matt was also a member of the Huntley community when they came over to the nursing home, during the nursing home years. There are only a few faculty members still here from those years. Do you mind if I mention your names? Mrs. Mulligan, Mrs. Updike, Ms. Staff McKiernan, and Mr. Genther, I believe, right? Is there anyone I'm missing? Oh, yes, Mrs. Duke and Mrs. Bates. When Matt and I were discussing those years, I was fascinated to compare and contrast Wakefield then and now. Matt graduated in a class of 5 until senior year. Matt was the only boy, and then his senior year, a boy showed up. After Wakefield, Matt went on to receive his bachelor's in electrical engineering from the Georgia Institute of Technology and his MBA from NC State. Since graduation, Matt has worked in such places as Advanced Micro Devices, Hewlett-Packard, Oracle, and his current job at Phoenix Technologies. He's held numerous positions such as technical field engineer, sales representative, account manager, and director of sales. At Phoenix, Matt is currently the vice president of sales for America, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. I think pretty close to Earth. If Matt sounds a bit tired today, he has every reason to be. He just recently returned from a trip to Shenzhen in China on a business trip, but from our conversations, he seems to be immune to jet lag. I am not. He is. Matt lives in Raleigh, North Carolina, with his wife Jennifer and their 2 sons, Carter and Tyler, both of whom are budding soccer stars. His wealth of experience in national and international sales, account management, negotiation, and customer service will no doubt be of interest to the globally focused and entrepreneurial class of 2016. So please join me in welcoming Matt Durbin, graduate from the class of 1993.
Hello. I just realized before I came up here, looking at the program, that I'm the only thing standing between these graduates and getting their diplomas. So I apologize for that, and I'll try to move this along so you can get that. Faculty and staff, board of trustees, moms, dads, siblings, grandparents, friends, Wakefield students, and graduates. It is an honor to be here today addressing the Wakefield School class of 2016. Today we have 36 students finishing their journey through Wakefield, a school that was born in Huntley, Virginia in 1972 with a temporary stop in Marshall, Virginia in the early 90s to take up permanent residence in on this lovely hill in the plains. It is a gorgeous campus. It's a gorgeous day today. I love coming here, and what a wonderful experience to be completing your time here at Wakefield. You guys will be moving on to doing great things, college, jobs, making new friends, perhaps starting a family. And today is a day to celebrate your achievement, to celebrate this chapter in your life. But it's also a day to say thanks to those that helped you get here. I'd like to acknowledge those parents, teachers, and others who have helped you reach this wonderful milestone. Their commitment to education, countless hours helping with homework, driving to and from lessons and practices, have helped you become the well-rounded graduates that you are today. It's also a time to remember those who couldn't be here today. Those friends and family that we've lost along the way that would love to be here experiencing this moment. 11 of these graduates are lifers. They've been here since kindergarten all the way through their senior year. Can I get the lifers to stand up? It's amazing that you guys have survived so long here at Wakefield. It's fantastic. Now, if you're a legacy, could you remain standing? Eliza Vanderwood is Wakefield's first legacy. Eliza's parents graduated from Wakefield back in Huntley, slightly before my time. Eliza, I'm pretty sure this makes you Wakefield royalty, so congratulations. Wakefield's class of 2016 is amazing. They're like family, a self-described modern family, that is. The graduating class is a fun bunch, and they've clearly had an impact on this school, their community, as well as far-reaching parts of the world. This group of seniors wrote theses on a wide range of challenging topics. Just to name a few: risky reporting, understanding the ethics of journalism, We Are Not for Sale, the reality of human trafficking in Northern Virginia, unsustainable aid, explaining, understanding, and suggesting solutions for Sweden's refugee problem, the invisible injury and analysis of concussions in young athletes, and my personal favorite, the British invasion, the soundtrack of a revolution. These seniors will be attending great colleges in the fall. These colleges include Bentley, Bucknell, Carleton, College of Charleston, William & Mary, Emory, Eugene Lang, High Point, JMU, Liberty, Norwich, Pratt Institute, Randolph-Macon, University of Maine, Mary Washington, South Carolina, VMI, and Virginia Tech. 8 of these students will be headed to Charlottesville to attend UVA. What an incredible accomplishment. In addition to Julia Liggett's gap year, which I didn't realize was an option when I was graduating, but congratulations on that. And Richard Holtstander, who's still deciding. There's Alex Bortz and Kelsey Winter. Bortz and Kelsey will be attending the University of Alabama and the Ohio State University, respectively. And in case Patrick Dominic, who wrote his senior thesis on college football's greatest team, an analysis of Notre Dame football and its impact on football, did not tell you, there are only 98 days left until the start of college football. So get ready. These seniors are athletes. Students in this class play soccer, lacrosse, field hockey, basketball, squash, tennis, golf. They ski, ride horses, swim, dance ballet. This group of graduates is well-rounded. They're artistic, they're musicians, they're philanthropic. Several have studied abroad. They are well-dressed. They're funny, they're green, they're clean, and they even have a dad king. Axel. This class also boasts the social king of Gainesville. Beard and all, then. They're entrepreneurs and they're globally focused. They're good people, and this world needs more good people like this bunch. You all have done and will continue to do great things. What you have experienced at Wakefield and what we're celebrating today is special, not to be taken for granted, and certainly not forgotten. Now, Wakefield was founded on a strong belief in learning, but from that foundation evolved a community and family that is clearly thriving today. Wakefield is challenging. The school challenges the students to think critically, compose well-written papers, explore ancient philosophies and literature, other languages and cultures, and learn really big words like flossie, nausea, pala, I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. It was one of my word of the day, and I can't do it on the spot. But Wakefield challenges students from start to finish. And you have to study your tail off, as I'm sure each one of these seniors has done. Now, I wasn't a lifer here at Wakefield. I started in the 8th grade. And there was a point in time when I was actually considered a lifer at another school just down Highway 17, where I attended from kindergarten through 7th grade, which at the time that school went through 8th grade. Now, foregoing my final year at that school, I moved to Wakefield in the 8th grade because the education and opportunities for me personally were better here. When I joined Wakefield, leaving what was comfortable to me, I was quickly accepted into this community and fell in love with the school. And when I started, I remember getting some bad grades in grammar and geometry. I got these poor marks because the Wakefield students that I was joining were operating at a higher level. I remember thinking, it's not fair. These students have been doing this for years. I had to step up my game. And Wakefield will do this to you. It challenges you to operate at a higher level. And this year's graduating class isn't operating at a high level. It's off the charts. And this is most apparent when you leave. You'll discover what you're capable of and how prepared you are for the next level. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't address the time of Wakefield's history when the school split. My 8th, 9th, and 10th grade years at Wakefield were in Huntley, and we had about 30 kids in our class. from all over the area. From Winchester, Front Royal, Flint Hill, Culpeper, Luray, Warrenton. We had fun at school, away from school. We got into some trouble, but we were a family. Then in August of 1991, almost overnight, we were told that our school was gone. The school that we knew and loved had been wrecked by adults who couldn't get along and couldn't work it out. The school was split into two schools with similar names, with a similar foundation on learning and community. And unfortunately, these things happen in life. Sometimes you need to reboot your priorities or your career. Sometimes you need to reboot your school. But a reboot isn't easy. We as rising juniors and the seniors were affected the most out of the students. By the time I started my junior year in 1991, our class had been decimated. Just about everyone went elsewhere to the local public schools or other private schools. We were down to 4 students: Stephanie Tornaden, Ryan Martin, Tiffany Kelsey, and me. We later graduated as a class of 5 after being joined by another guy, William Lang, in our senior year. But so in the fall of 1991, my Wakefield, your Wakefield, was located in the wing of a nursing home in Marshall, Virginia, with pink walls and green carpets. Our first year at Marshall Manor, we didn't have sports in the fall. We had tennis in the spring, and in the second year, we fielded a soccer team. And just about every male in the upper school, and the upper school at the time was 8th through 12th grade, every male was pretty much on the team. And we were mostly made up of 8th, 9th, and 10th graders, and we had 2 juniors and 2 seniors. Our very young team would get off the bus after traveling to our mini away games and see a team of juniors and seniors waiting to take us on, and we'd think, this isn't going to be good. We came pretty close to winning a few times, and we came not very close to winning a lot of times. It was tough, but we had a great time playing together. We played our homecoming soccer game away at Notre Dame, which is now Middleburg Academy. We even introduced Wakefield's homecoming court at halftime in an away game. That was fun. But it really was fun. It was our unique experience. There were a ton of fans at that game: faculty, friends, students, parents of players, and parents who didn't even have kids in the game came to support Wakefield. And I'm pretty sure we almost won that game. So it was towards the end of my senior year, and Will, the other guy in class, and I decided that we'd be doing ourselves and the school a disfavor if we didn't play some sort of senior prank. But because the school was small, we just knew that whatever we did, they'd know it was us. So we couldn't do anything that would really get us into trouble. And so back in those days, there was no bell that automatically rang to signal the start or end of the class. They had this handbell that was on the counter of the nurses station in the manor. And they left that handbell out on the counter, just taunting us as we walked by it multiple times a day. And we often wondered what would happen if there was no handbell. So we decided that we were going to hide, not steal the handbell, and with 2 possible outcomes. One, they'd either find the handbell right away, because we hid it about 5 feet from its spot behind the microwave, or 2, the teachers would go into a panic and cancel school indefinitely until the bell was found. For a few hours that day, the teachers were a little panicked, and some of them were a little spun up. Will and I were, of course, thrilled that we had created a little bit of chaos for one day, but ultimately the teachers adapted without the bell and just made it up as they went, as they had been doing for the past couple of years to make Wakefield work. And it was a gamble to stay at Wakefield after the split, mostly because you didn't know what it would be like or who would be there. Fortunately, many students and teachers and families stayed with Wakefield. Sacrifices were made by family, faculty, friends, and board of trustees and the community to keep the school going. Many aspects of attending Wakefield were different. Adjusting to new facilities was awkward, but it was a unique experience for those of us who stuck it out and became a tight community of upper school, middle school, and lower school mixed together, all sharing the same hallway. And standing here today, I'm very glad that I made the choice to stay at Wakefield. Today, Wakefield is thriving on this gorgeous campus with these wonderful students. Now, although it's been several years since I graduated from Wakefield, my experience here and my love for this school stands for is still a big part of me. Wakefield is where I fell in love with learning. My wife and I both have graduate degrees and place a high value on education, community, and family. And these values have guided us in our selection of schools for our children. Starting in the fall, my youngest son Tyler will start kindergarten, joining his older brother Carter at a school called the Raleigh School, which is a small private school that thrives on a community of students, faculty, and parents, and also has an unmatched emphasis for learning. I've spent my life in technology since I left Wakefield, both in college and in my career. My liberal arts education at Wakefield has been a huge asset since when I graduated. In college, the demands of my English classes were nothing compared to the rigor of Mrs. Verratti's infamous 11th grade English class. What I learned at Wakefield has helped me in my career, whether it's explaining difficult concepts to customers, negotiating complex deals, composing customer proposals, and countless work emails, and even diffusing tense situations at work. As you leave Wakefield today, you take with you knowledge, lifelong friendships, and skills to be successful at your next stop. Wakefield's prepared you for college. You've had to have decent study habits, the ability to juggle tasks, play on teams, etc. In college, nobody's going to tell you that you have to go to class or do your homework or to study. You'll need to be responsible for your actions and have the work ethic to do it on your own. And because of your experience at this wonderful school, you're prepared for what lies ahead. College will offer you many new experiences, new friends, new activities. In addition to attending classes and studying hard, some of you will go to football games, basketball games, play intramural sports, some might join clubs, become teacher assistants, run for school government, join a fraternity or sorority. You'll be faced with many great choices, and I recommend that you take it all in. But keep in mind, just like your experience here at Wakefield, college will go by fast. Before you know it, you'll be interviewing for a job, applying to graduate school, or even getting married. And knowing that college will go by fast, think about what your story will be. What will your resume show? Or what skills will you have acquired when you're applying for a job or applying to graduate school? I encourage you to start looking at the companies you may want to work for or the graduate programs you may want to consider and find out what they're looking for. What degrees, what GPA, what type of experience. Start attending job fairs early. Or if you think you want to start your own business, as a number of these graduates here would like to, talk to others that have started their own business as well, and seek out like-minded individuals. Investigate your college's entrepreneurial programs and clubs. And so, a couple of recommendations for college. Of course, study hard, study abroad, which many of you already have. Join a club, run for an office in that club. Make lifelong friends. Go to football games and basketball games, and go to away games too. I had a blast doing that myself. Learn your college's history, fight songs, traditions, and have fun. And when you graduate from college, you'll be entering a world that's completely different from the one I entered. The world we live in is truly global. It's interconnected in ways we couldn't imagine 20 years ago. Today we have the internet, social media, the cloud, big data, fast data, the Internet of Things, machine learning, virtual reality, wearable technology, 3D printers, and self-driving cars and drones. It's madness, and innovation is happening at a crazy pace. And if you're going to look for a job in technology, you have to think globally, because your competition is global. But all this innovation, of course, means we're going to be able to get cool gadgets at Christmas. It also means we're going to become even more interconnected and relying on technology more than ever. Since many of these technologies are still in their infancy, it spells opportunity for people like yourselves when you enter the workforce. This interconnected world also means you can learn about new cultures, learn a new language, have colleagues and friends from all over the world, some of which you may never meet. And in closing, I'd like to give some final words of advice, which is hard since this group has accomplished so much here at Wakefield and will continue to do so in their adult lives. But here it goes. Be kind to others, especially those who need help. Add value to your relationships and continue to invest in those strong relationships you have today. Celebrate life's moments like today. Laugh. Make others laugh, and laugh a lot. And disconnect from technology from time to time. It's liberating when you do. And kids are a wonderful thing. The most rewarding part of my life has been spending time with my wife and our boys, watching them grow into unique, caring, fun individuals. Now that's not really advice. That's just something I wanted to share. We're much further down the road. And with that, I will close my speech by saying that I'm truly honored to have been asked to speak here today. It is a privilege to speak to you, especially this wonderful class. Congratulations, Wakefield School Class of 2016.